Okay, I'm standing in front of Swift Hall, which is the home of our divinity school at the University of Chicago. This is a building with a fascinating history. It was obviously given to the university by the Swift family, and the kind of dynasty, the founder of the Swift family, the dynasty, one might call it, was Gustavus Swift, the famous meat packer, and you doubtless have heard of Swift and Company, which is one of the great meat processing and meat packing companies in the United States before World War II and after World War II as well. This particular building, though, was given to the university because of the intervention and mediation of Swift's children, particularly Harold Swift. And although it's called Swift Hall, it's actually in honor of Anna Swift, who was Gustavus's wife and the mother of Harold Swift. Harold Swift was the second chairman of the board of the trustees of the University of Chicago. He was an alum of the college before World War I, and then after World War I, he was named chairman of the board and served for decades, really down to the late 1940s. I would say that within the history of the board of trustees at the university, he was probably the single most influential and important trustee in the history of the university. Swift was a man of enormous dedication to the university. He loved the place. He was an alum. He was the first alum to serve as on the board, an alum of the new University of Chicago that was founded in 1890. And he was very instrumental in persuading his brother Charles, who was also a philanthropist, to support the university. Together, the two of them helped create the Department of Music. They created very large and generous scholarship funds for undergraduate and graduate students to be able to attend the university. And they gave us this building, which opened in 1926. It was constructed in 1924-25. Harold Swift was the trustee who presided over the hiring of 3, or perhaps even 4 university presidents. He was, and I think most importantly, he was the guy who hired Robert Maynard Hutchins to be president of the University of Chicago in 1929. And the collaboration between Swift and Hutchins was absolutely crucial to getting the university through the Great Depression, getting us through World War II, kind of launching the eminence of the university after the end of hostilities in 1945, and in supporting Hutchins's rather bold stances on economic freedom and free speech, which at that point were not at all easy or even accepted norms in many universities, the idea that students and faculty should be free to speak. Swift was he was a businessman. His family were business people, but he very much understood the necessity of economic freedom and free speech to operate a great university and to have a great college. And I think it's no exaggeration to say that without Swift's quiet support, Hutchins would not have been able to do what he was able to do in establishing these traditions of academic freedom, which are still kind of mainstays of our system of values today. Swift was also a man of enormous support for the students, and was always kind of nudging the university to try to do more for student life. And I think it's really quite wonderful that the family gave this building. One final anecdote: the university was founded by Baptist members of the Baptist congregation. The Swift family were Methodists, and it's a kind of a wonderful story that that it shows you the kind of gradual expansion of the university's notion of what it meant to be a sacred or a university influenced by religion. That it began as a Baptist institution and then spread out to include people of all faiths and eventually people who had no faith to become a truly secular university. And the Swifts, again, were part of that process of this expansion of the kind of the imaginary of what a university should be, including people of all faiths, all ethnicities, all races, and all national backgrounds.